is Dana Giorsi from Best Life Solutions with this week's Video Success Strategy. And these videos are all about inspiring and empowering you to intentionally design and live your ideal life. So this week, I'd like to share with you some of my top tips for packing for business travel. And I'm going to start out with a little bit of a disclaimer and let you know that I have never in my life been a light packer, and I probably never really will be a light packer. I'm not someone who's ever mastered the art of just a carry-on on the plane. However, over the years, I have simplified quite a bit in my business travel. So I've got my carry-on and one checked bag, which is a big deal for me. And I wanted to share with you some of the tips that I use when I'm packing. So the first one is, when you are thinking about the outfits that you want to bring for your trip, you want to pick a color palette. So usually this is a neutral color, and it's something where you can build all of your outfits around that color to minimize the accessories you need to bring. So for example, I tend to wear a lot of black. So when I'm traveling in the winter, I tend to use black as my base, so I can put one pair of black pumps and it kind of goes with all the outfits that I'm wearing, and a pair of black flats, and I'm all set. And in the summertime, I tend to wear a lot of white, so beige tends to be, beige sandals or beige pumps, nude patent heels tend to be my staple. So pick one color palette where you can build your whole wardrobe around that. And one tip is that I actually love to wear dresses. And primarily because, especially for business travel, they're one piece. So they're very easy to you just need the dress and the shoes and you're all set to go. You don't have to think about the coordination of a sweater and a blouse and pants and skirt and all of that. So I find that to be very simple for myself. You also want to think about packing outfits, especially if you're going to a large conference or a large workshop where there are going to be a lot of people. Thinking about outfits where you will stand out in some way. And I don't mean stand out in a bad way. So I'm not thinking something outlandish here or something wild and crazy, but maybe your dress is a distinctive color that will stand out, or maybe it has a really interesting neckline. Or maybe it's a very simple blouse or dress, but you have a statement necklace that people will comment on or kind of remember when they're meeting a ton of different people. You'll stand out in their mind in some way. And while you want these outfits to be distinctive, you want to make sure they're tried and true outfits, right? So you don't want to wear something for the first time when you're traveling. You want to make sure it's something you've worn beforehand and that you feel really comfortable in. It doesn't ride up when you sit down. You can wear it for long periods of time and be comfortable. Also, you want to think about what you're wearing on the airplane, because you never know who you're going to meet when you're traveling for business. So you certainly want to be comfortable for the plane. I always recommend wearing some kind of a flat shoe or a dressy kind of little sneaker, especially if you're running around the airport for connecting flights. But you don't want to look like a schlumpadinker, right? So you don't want to have your athletic shoes on and sweatpants, and even though that's nice and comfy, there are still plenty of casual outfits that can be comfy. A little cardigan, pair of jeans, a cute little pair of flat shoes. You'll be both comfortable and you'll feel like you're put together if you meet someone that you would really like to connect and network with while you're traveling. Also, you want to make sure when you are in your packing that you want to make sure you bring some kind of a shawl or a sweater, because speakers are notorious for keeping the meeting rooms cold because they want to make sure that they're keeping everybody awake, and especially after lunch people aren't falling into that mid-afternoon slump, so they'll turn down the thermostat in the room, so you want to make sure you always have a wrap or some kind of a sweater. So next, let's think about non-wardrobe things. So you want to think about your toiletries. If you're like most people, you probably bring the same things over and over when you're traveling for business, so I've created a simple checklist that I use so I can just easily check off all the items that I'm bringing. And I'll actually share my checklist with you below this video in the post. You can access it right there, and I'll leave it as a Word document so you can edit it yourself, and you can add to it, take things away from it, and customize it for yourself. But it's a nice little handy-dandy tool that I can kind of use to just make it easy and effortless when I pack. I also like to keep an extra set of toiletries, so the things I use over and over, I just keep in a little, I love those gallon-sized Ziploc bags, and kind of throw them right into my suitcase. And then I will share with you my final 3 tips. You always want to make sure you bring extra business cards, because the last thing you want to be without is your business cards. So bring a little bit more than you think, because they're teeny tiny, they don't take up much space, and you want to have extra ones of those. Always make sure you have charged up all of your iPhone, smartphone, iPad, laptop, whatever you're bringing. Make sure you have your chargers and that you've charged them up beforehand, so in case you have some delays in your travel, you have some extra juice in your batteries. And then you always want to travel with some kind of a healthy snack. Make sure you've got whether it be almonds, I like some grapes, protein bars. I always bring a green drink with me, and make sure you grab a bottle of water before you get on the plane, because you never know what kind of a delay you're going to have on the runway. You never know what's going to happen, so it's always nice to have your own snacks, your own drinks with you. So those are my tips for packing for business travel. If you have any comments or any suggestions of your own, I'd really encourage you to share those in the comments below. And if you're not already on the list to get these weekly tips by email, I'd encourage you to go to my website at best-life-solutions.com and enter your name and email in the top right-hand corner to get added to the list. Until we talk again, this is Dana Diorsi from Best Life Solutions, encouraging you to dream bigger, play smarter, and take bold action to create your most extraordinary life today.